So when I was coming up with this list of top 5 finishes of all time, it was really, really hard. There's so many good finishers, and it's really hard to come up with a top five. But I think that I've come up with a list that is going to be good. I picked ones that you can do to any wrestler, and I picked ones that are really cool when you do them out of nowhere, because there's a lot of finishers that you can't do to everybody. And I have also decided I'm going to divide this list up into a 4-part. First is just going to be finishers. Then going to be crazy finishers, ones that are outlandish and stuff that you can't do to everybody. Then I'm going to do top rope finishers, and then I will do top submission moves, because there's a lot of type of finishers, and that we're going to do. There's some things that I did want to do. Wanted to give a little bit of honorable mentions, and this will kind of give away some of the ones that I don't put on the list. Number one, I want to honorable mention the tombstone, the choke slam, the angle slam, the F5, the attitude adjustment. Those are just some of that I didn't put on the list. Go to sleep's another one, but we'll get into that, and we will have to get right into the list. But I did want to just let you know that it's really hard when you're coming up with the list. So we're going to stick with this one, and I want to know your guys' thoughts at the end of the video. Leave your comments below and let me know what your favorite finishers are. And remember, I'm going to divide it up into this big, giant list. So let's get right into it. Number 5, I had to pick the Pedigree. The reason I picked the Pedigree is because when Triple H did the Pedigree, the match was pretty much over. He's won so many cheap victories when he was a heel off the Pedigree. He would hit the Pedigree on a guy that was supposedly going to win. He was getting a comeback, and then it would just be low blow, Pedigree. The ref would do a slow count, and the match was over. It was the biggest heel move ever, and it seemed like anytime that Triple H hit the Pedigree, the match was over. The Pedigree is just such a devastating move, and it's one of those moves that you could do to any wrestler. When Triple H did it, it was awesome, and he's the only guy in the business that does the Pedigree. Put his stamp on that move and made it his own, and it's a perfect number 5 finisher. Number 4, I had to pick the Stone Cold Stunner. When Stone Cold did the Stunner, the match was over. And even when he did it to The Rock, that was amazing. The Rock would flail around the ring and take it so crazy. Everybody had their own different variation of how they took the Stone Cold Stunner. Scott Hall didn't even go down. A lot of guys took it very, very well. The Stone Cold Stunner is another one of those moves that you can do to anybody. And when Stone Cold did it, it was just amazing. He put his stamp on that move. He's one of the only guys that ever did that move, and it was just an amazing move when he did it. I remember Stone Cold coming out and stunning the entire alliance, and everything went crazy. The crowd went nuts when it happened. Stone Cold made that move his own, and it's an amazing move. Number 3, I'm picking the Codebreaker. That's right. When Chris Jericho did the Codebreaker, it was amazing. The first time he did it, I was like, what the heck? What was that? And then he can do it from anywhere in the ring. That makes a great finisher. I love finishing moves that can come out a surprise. The Codebreaker is a perfect one. Someone can jump off the top rope. Codebreaker can happen. You can do the Codebreaker off a ladder. Anything and everything can happen with the Codebreaker. And it's a move that you can do to any superstar. And it looks very devastating. That's why I had to pick the Codebreaker as number 3 on my list. Number 2 is the RKO. That's right. The RKO is just a simple cutter. We've seen it before. Diamond Dallas Page did it. John Laurinaitis did it. We've seen it before, but Randy Orton took that move and made it something amazing. The RKO is another move that can be done anywhere in the ring and can be done to any guy. He can do it off the top rope. He can do it off a ladder. Randy Orton can make the RKO look amazing. He took what was a simple cutter and made it amazing. That move is great. He is the legend killer for a reason. He did the RKO to so many people, and it's just a great looking move. Put that up with Randy Orton's personality, and you have an overall great finisher for a great superstar. 1. And my number 1 favorite finisher of all time has to be the Superkick. The Superkick is a move that has been done over and over and over. A kick to the face is nothing new when it comes to professional wrestling. But one man, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, took the simple move as a kick to the face and made it one of the greatest moves in the business. The sweet chin music is an amazing move. He made it awesome by doing the stomp in the corner before he hit the sweet chin music. Again, like I said, with all of these moves, they can be done to any superstar. And the sweet chin music especially is one of those moves that can be done to just about anybody in the business. The great thing about Shawn Michaels is he's so flamboyant, he's so flair that everything looks amazing when he does it. The super kick is no exception, and when he stomps that foot, kicks you in the face, the match is over. There's been times where I thought some guy would lose his tooth because Shawn Michaels did that move so amazing. I don't know how guys didn't get knocked out from the super kick, but Shawn Michaels and the super kick deserve to be number one on the list.